Welcome into this championship edition of the BSC Sports Show. I'm Landrum Roberts. On this month's show, we'll talk to Birmingham Southern men's basketball coach Chris Graves about the Panthers' championships and their run to the national tournament. Later on, Mike Ricks, the women's head basketball coach here at Birmingham Southern, joins us to talk about their championships. And then Conference Player of the Year, Alex Avery, will sit down and chat, as well as Jasmine Batts. All of that coming your way next here on the BSC Sports Show. The BSC Sports Show is being brought to you by Alabama Power, always on. America's First Federal Credit Union, refreshingly unbank-like. Chick-fil-A in Fultondale, home of the original chicken sandwich. Dreamland Barbecue, ain't nothing like 'em nowhere. The Greater Birmingham Convention and Visitors Bureau. Express Oil Change and Tire Engineers. If we don't take care of our customers, someone else will. Limbaugh Toyota, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. Pepsi, out of the blue. Piggly Wiggly, we'll see you at the Pig. St. Vincent's Health System, care you can believe in. And by Summit Express Urgent Care, at the summit of urgent care. Ross, stop, pop, drop. Ian Tom, left hand. Tom got it to go. Nice feed to Avery.
Alex Avery!
And Alex Avery back, John Crane. Denica with a left hand. That's the champions
Birmingham Southern 68
of 2016. The students rush the floor here at Bill Battle Coliseum.
Champion.
A special year for Coach Chris Graves. Welcome back to the BSC Sports Show. I'm Landrum Roberts, here from the beautiful confines of Bill Battle Coliseum, here from the Jerry Naramore Scorers Table, and I'm joined by a very special guest, the Conference Player of the Year, Mr. Alex Avery. Alex, first of all, congratulations. Wonderful season.
Thank you so much, sir.
All right, you got off to the slow start, 1-5. Your team didn't play well at the beginning of the season. You really got it going, winners of 19 in a row. And this was not a team that just got better every game. It really seemed like you guys took pride in getting better every single day in practice in what you did.
Yes, sir. I mean, after our first 6 games, like you said, when we got off to that rocky start, 1-5, our coaching staff, the guys on the team that are leaders, did a really good job of making sure that the team stuck together. Sure, there was a little bit of panic in the locker room, just because we're not, this program's not used to losing games like that. So. But, like you said, everybody did a good job sticking together, and it always helps when we play games here. We played our first, 6 or 7 games on the road, and then, to come back here and play some games here, where we're comfortable, where we're, really successful, that helped us significantly as well.
Going back to, I think, 2009, we were going through the win totals here in Bill Battle Coliseum for the men's basketball team here at Southern. Just an incredible home court advantage that you guys have here, and you could really tell in the way that you played.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Like you said, what we did this year kind of speaks to that. We went undefeated at home, and I think during my 4-year during my 4-year career here at BSC, I think I lost the total of, my class, myself, Ross, and John, lost a combined total of 5 or 6 games. So, pretty remarkable.
You're a modest guy. You don't like to toot your own horn. I've seen you play basically from when you got here and develop as a player every single year. This year, you saved the best for last. It really seemed like the apex of your career. It was during your senior year. Some people, they peaked during their sophomore year, their junior year, but you saved it for your last year. I want to talk about that. You averaged a double-double, and for a big guy, 6'7", to do what you did defensively and offensively, down low, but to make the passes you made, that's pretty incredible, showing your versatility as a player.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool, with it being my senior year and everything, just having, the success that we had as a team is something that I'll cherish for the rest of my life. Yeah, I mean, like you said, I really just made a commitment this offseason to, working hard, developing, continuing to improve my skill set as a player, and as well as, working hard in the weight room, just so, like you said, I play down low, play in the post, and that requires there's a lot of physicality and banging bodies. So I just wanted to make sure that I would be prepared, physically and mentally, and it was a really, really fun season.
You finished the regular season 14-0 in Southern Athletic Association play. So you get to cut down a net, you get a nice trophy. I know that you guys enjoyed climbing up on the ladder, and each of you going to experience that.
Oh yeah, it was awesome. I've never been I'm speaking for myself, I've never been a champion. I've never cut down a net or been able to call myself a champion. So that was a really, really cool feeling for myself, and I'm sure those guys would say the same thing.
Well, not only was that your reward, but also hosting the conference tournament, which is huge here. How much pressure was there that you, as a team, you had run the course of the season undefeated, the target was on your back? It's hard enough to beat a team 2 times in 1 year, as in Center and Swanee and some of these other schools. But how much pressure did you guys feel? Was there a lot there playing here and knowing that you were going to have to do it one more time?
I think there was a little bit of pressure, just knowing that we went undefeated throughout the regular season, and then like you said, just beating a team 3 times, it's very difficult, and every team in our conference is capable of beating each other. So we knew we were going to have to play our best ball. Of course, it helped that we were playing here in a place that we play so well and that we're comfortable in front of our fans that really showed up that weekend and gave us tremendous support. But yeah, we felt a little. I felt a little bit of pressure just with me being a senior and everything, knowing that this could be it. But fortunately, our guys rose to the occasion and we played really well that weekend. Well,
Alex, it's been a thrill to watch you play, watch you grow as a player, not only as a player, but as a man. And you're going to leave here with a wonderful degree and a banner on the wall that you were a part of. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Landry. It's been nice getting to know you.
Nice getting to know you. That's the Player of the Year, Alex Avery. The BSC Sports Show continues after this. Welcome back to the BSC Sports Show. Landry Roberts now being joined by Birmingham Southern head men's basketball coach, Coach Chris Graves. Coach, the last time we talked, you were getting ready for a pretty big road trip. You were going to head to Danville, Kentucky, and then had a Sunday date in Swanee to take on the Tigers. That was going to be a daunting road trip, but you guys got it done. First of all, congratulations. And I should mention, Coach of the Year in the Southern Athletic Association.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, that was a good road trip for us. Went on the road against what I thought were the 2 best teams in the league, and got road wins, which was really important for us and kind of set the tone. I thought in particular the way we played against Swanee kind of set the tone for the way we played the rest of the conference season.
Coach, regular season 14-0, unblemished mark, regular season championship, but in the Southern Athletic Association, most likely a 1-bid league, you're going to have to win your conference tournament. How much of a bullseye, how much pressure was on you, was on your team to come out here? Beating a team twice in one season is tough enough, but to have to beat a team 3 times in one season, especially the caliber of Swanee, man, had to be daunting. How did you guys approach that?
I felt comfortable knowing that we had a home game. Playing at Bill Battle is always advantageous for us, but it is definitely a challenge to beat any team 2 or 3 times in a season. And Swanee had a very good team this year, so we felt like when we went to Swanee, we had figured out a couple things that we could do defensively that were effective against them, and we were fortunate that those same ideas worked in the conference final. They did not shoot the ball as well as they had probably shot for the season, and we really got out on them early and were able to take control of the game from the beginning.
Well, you won the game against Barry. That earned you the right to play here. Championship Sunday, which was cool. Birmingham Southern women playing for a championship, the men playing for a championship in a doubleheader. A lot of people came out. Kendall Waters, the newly named athletic director, got word out, let's have a whiteout. Everybody showed up. It was loud. It was the kind of atmosphere you would want here in Bill Battle Coliseum.
Yeah, it's everything you can hope for, to be able to have 2 championships in one day. Our game immediately followed the women where they had gotten to cut down the nets, and so the opportunity to just have that setup was great, and there was certainly a lot of energy and buzz in the building, and I think our guys definitely fed off of that from the very beginning of the game.
And it seemed like you saved your best for last against the Swanee team. As you mentioned, you found some things that you could maybe exploit a little bit. You had to shut down the productivity of their freshman guard, a very, very good guard from Holly Pond. just up the road.
He's really good.
Jones is really good. Not looking forward to playing against him for the next 3 years.
No, we're not.
But an 18-point win, you did it convincingly, and we're sitting here looking at the hardware with the Nets and the regular season trophy, the tournament trophy. You made history here at Birmingham Southern as a head coach. I know that makes you proud.
Yeah, I'm certainly proud for our guys. I'm proud for our program. While this is the first time that we've done this in this conference, obviously Birmingham Southern men's basketball has won so many championships and has made it to national tournaments. And so we feel the responsibility every time we put on that Birmingham Southern jersey or go in our offices to represent the program well. And I think we did this year. I was just exceptionally proud of our seniors, all three of whom had their best seasons of their career as seniors. Obviously, Alex Avery being the player of the year in our league, he was just named to the all-region team, which is a great honor. And it was just a beautiful way to end it. You couldn't have written it any better.
Yeah, you mentioned Alex, and of course another senior, Ross Welch and John Crane. Those guys.
Yeah, how about the game Ross Welch had in the conference final? He had, he made 15 points, made a bunch of threes, made a shot kind of right there to put the nail in the coffin. We were up 10. Ball kind of got loose in the backcourt. He came up and made a long three right on the buzzer of the shot clock. That was kind of the deciding game, and he played fantastic. John shot the ball really well in the conference final and shot it well all season. But for all three of those guys, just what a fantastic way to end their careers. I'm so happy for them.
Well, you won 19 in a row, and you saw how the season started, how you ended up, all the momentum you had, and I was fired up. I don't know how fired up you were to go to that regional over in Atlanta to take on Emory, and you knew you were going to take on LaGrange there in the first round of the NCAA tournament, a team that you lost to in overtime to start the season. So it's kind of like, okay, this is the measuring stick. Right. Let's see truly how far we've come, and you face off against a very good Panther team in round one.
They were very good. They had a tough matchup for us in that they had four guards that could really play. During that game, all four of those guys scored 20 points, and they were good. They made 16 threes, and for the season, that was not really their trademark, was making threes. But boy, they made them in that NCAA tournament game. I think anyone that was there would tell you that's what you hope an NCAA tournament game would be. Both teams played exceptionally hard. Both teams played really well, and it came down, to the very end. We were fortunate to make a run, put it up 5 with maybe 2 or 3 seconds left, and they made a shot from the other end free throw line as the game expired to cut it back to 2. But man, it was a great game. A good feeling for us to win an NCAA tournament game is a big step forward for our program.
Well, that was step 1, and then step 2, in the round of 32, you get to face an Emory team that you had lost to by 34 to begin the season at their place. Daunting second round game. But man, watching you guys play, your guys were not intimidated. It was almost like you guys were looking forward to playing them again, and it really showed on the court.
Yeah, it worked out really well, but when we lost to them the first time over in their place, I told the guys after the game, don't be surprised if we see these guys again in the NCAA tournament. You're good enough to be there. And we were fortunate enough that we got there. And it was a game that we really wanted to play. I think that it was a very evenly matched game. I think both teams played well. We definitely played our best 3 games of the year in the conference final and in our 2 NCAA tournament games, and we gave ourselves every chance to win it. We had the last couple shots in regulation, couldn't get them to fall, and then really close in overtime. It was a great game. I think our guys represented Panther basketball as well as they could, and should be very proud of the way they played in big games. It's hard to play your best in big games with everything on the line, and our guys definitely did that.
All right, so it's what have you done for me lately? Regular season championship, tournament championship, your coach of the year, you coached the player of the year, Alex Avery. Let's look ahead to 2016-2017. Right. The season coming up, you got a lot of young talent. I know we talked about this. Of course, guys like Evan Lewis coming back, James McLean, Ian Tom, Harrison Denica, but also a young group of freshmen that you had this year, some big guys that really have a chance to step up next season.
Yeah, I would guess that we have a chance to have one of our more talented teams we've ever returned if our guys can continue to progress. You mentioned Evan and Ian. You mentioned James McLean. We also have Alex Perkins, who is a key guy on the bench for us, who's really talented. You saw him at the end of the championship game make a Steph Curry-like 28-foot three-point shot that was a fun exclamation point. But he's going to be really important to us. Ben Hardiman is another senior, but we returned those freshmen that you talked about, and several good young guys. We've got Mac Barron and Harrison are both rising juniors, but in that freshman class we've got Maddie Rudak, who is really apart from the Jones kid at Swanee, was, I thought, the best newcomer in our league this year. And his upside is tremendous as he learns how to play the game a little more. He's so athletically gifted. And then we've got some young big kids that we haven't had young big kids like this that we've been able to grow up for a year before. In Aiden Waldrum, Chris Graham, and you've got Juwan Murphy, who obviously is not big, little guy, but played a lot for us this year. I love our freshman class. I really like our sophomore class that's returning, and so I think we've got a chance to be pretty good. Our guys are going to have to really work in the off season, make sure we shoot the ball well enough. But we're going to be pretty athletic, and it's going to be a fun team to coach.
Well, Coach, congratulations this year. We really enjoyed watching your team improve. You made everybody at Southern, both current and former students, extremely proud. I was proud to just be a part of it. Thank you so much, and congratulations. This hardware sitting on this table, these nets, well-deserved, and Coach of the Year award, well-deserved as well. Congratulations.
Thank you. Certainly my honor. Every time I get to represent Birmingham Southern, it's an honor, so thank you.
Thanks, Coach. Okay, thanks, Andy. All right, that's head coach Chris Graves, and this is the BSC Sports Show.
Fed it to Van Persum. Van Persum didn't want the shot, kicked it out. Christian McGowan with a three. So looking for help. Now she'll kick it out. Holmes for three. Got it.
3 points, Johnny O.
Nice move by Bats. Lost the Viking defender, Amani Smith, and Bats into Bryant. Kicks it out. Knowles, another three. She got it. Haley Knowles, her second three. Yorisha Bryant added 6. Yorisha Bryant has 8. Out to Van Persum. Van Persum fires up the three. Laura knocks it down. Her foot was on the line, but Laura Van Persum.
Welcome back to the BSC Sports Show. Landrum Roberts now being joined by Birmingham Southern women's basketball player, tournament MVP, all the way from Huntsville, Alabama.
Yes, sir.
Jasmine Batts, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. First of all, congratulations on this season. What a remarkable turnaround. You've been here in the past. You get a new coaching staff. A lot of change this year. Talk about just from the first time you met the coaching staff, going through practices, just your progression. Not only as a team, but getting to know them and what they expected from you as a player.
The first time we met Coach Ricks, we had a meeting in the locker room, and he was sitting there. I asked him if he was nervous. He was like, "No, I'm not nervous." You know, he said it real confidently, so I was like, "Okay." And I got a real good feeling from him. And the first time I met Coach Elston in the auxiliary gym, you know, I got a good feeling from her. So, you know, I kind of felt my way through it. And as we got into practice and doing things we would do as a team, you know, I felt like we were in good hands.
What was the biggest change you could sense from maybe just, you know, the last couple of seasons, maybe you as a player, maybe your teammates that you could see, that you could identify?
Well, I think, you know, our attitudes, you know, all together were different. It was a good atmosphere, and, you know, Coach Ricks and Coach, you did a very good job of setting the culture of how they wanted us to play, and, you know, we followed that, and we were successful.
I watched Coach Ricks in all of your games, and his demeanor, I don't care if you're up by 28 points, if you're not playing hard, if you're not running the system, if you're not doing what he's asking, he is not afraid to call a timeout and pull 5 of you off the floor. Right. Is that safe to say?
Yes, sir. It's about, well, one thing that he preached to us during the season was about setting a culture of BSC basketball, and regardless of if you're up by 50 or whatever the case may be, if you're not living up to that standard or that culture that we would like to play in, you know, it's not right. So it's all about living up to that standard and, you know, living up to that culture of basketball.
Well, at the same time, he's going to defend his players when there are bad calls and bad officiating. He will flat let the referee know that was a bad call. He never uses dirty language. I've never heard him. No profanity, but he will flat out get that referee's attention. Will he not?
Yes, sir. You know, it feels good to have a coach that has your back. So we always knew that Coach Ricks had our back. So just handle our business on the court, and he'll take care of the rest, him and Coach E.
Your game really heated up as the season went on, and you went on that great conference run, and you got in the tournament, and you really just started lighting it up, and it started with that Friday game.
Mm-hmm. I think it's about just, coaching for one and how they believed in us as a team, just not even me individually, but trust from the coaches and trust from your teammates on the court. And that made a difference in my play and everyone else's play as well. So, when you just feed off the energy of your teammates, and it was great, so.
All right, let's switch. Let's go from basketball court to student.
Okay.
What got you here to Birmingham Southern? What drew you to the Hilltop?
It's the #1 school in Alabama in my eyes, and I felt like it was very good academically, and it's a good family, community sense around the campus, and I loved it about the campus.
What about your relationship with the professors?
All of the professors are very supportive to the basketball program. They do a great job of, asking how the game went or, when's the next game, can I come, So that is very good as a player to have that from, the staff.
You got another year left. Obviously, you got to be thrilled with how this season went.
Yes, sir.
What are you looking forward to next season?
Just looking to keep improving, not coming in there, with championship goals, but to, continue with that culture and that standard of BSC basketball and just keep on working hard and having fun in the process as well.
Describe cutting down the nets here on this very floor on that Sunday, Championship Sunday at Bill Battle Coliseum.
I'm not even sure if I can exactly put into words how I feel. I still cannot describe the feeling. It's just amazing just to know all the work you've put in individually and collectively as a team just pays off. It just feels really amazing.
And also a great performance there in the NCAA tournament. Your first trip to the tournament.
Yes, sir.
I got a feeling it's not going to be your last.
No, sir.
Congratulations
Thank
on a great 2015-2016 season here at Birmingham Southern.
Thank you.
That's your tournament MVP, Jasmine Batts, and this is the BSC Sports Show. Welcome back to the BSC Sports Show. Landrum Roberts now being joined by SAA Conference Coach of the Year, head coach of the Birmingham Southern women's basketball program, Mike Ricks. Coach, thanks for joining us. Congratulations, wonderful season.
Thank you very much. It was a fun year, better than we ever thought it could go in year one, and I think a lot of that credit goes to our players.
Absolutely. We haven't had a chance to talk to you on this show yet, but first of all, welcome to Birmingham Southern.
Thank you.
You came here from the state of Texas, where you started a program. You had success there. You took on the challenge of coming here and building this program, a program that has struggled, let's be honest, in the past few years. I talked to you early in the season about this team, and you said, well, it's just kind of game by game. I see potential. We're just going to have to keep getting better. But did you know the full potential of this team early in the season?
There were flashes where you thought, maybe. And I think really early where we thought we might have a chance to be good was about halftime when we went over to Samford for our exhibition and we were tied. And really going into that game, I had no clue what was going to happen. And interestingly enough, when we were 4 or 5 games in, my old boss in Houston was asking me, because we're 4-0, 5-0. He said, "Are you guys good?" And I said, "I don't know."
Right.
And I think really the only reason why I say that is because I'd never really seen or coached against the teams in our conference. And when you don't know, when you don't have that frame of reference, it's hard to really say. But definitely thought there was a chance. And I think by the time we came back from Christmas, we thought, we might be onto something here, and it turned out that we were able to, I think, play to our potential and accomplish some pretty cool things.
You win the regular season title, a chance to cut down the nets here in Bill Battle. That had to be a special moment for you, a very rewarding experience for not only the players that have been in this program. Just talk about that and going from basically point A, beginning of the season, not knowing anything, and then culminating there.
I mean, I don't know, you still try to struggle to put it into words a little bit just because of you know what the record was for the last couple of years, and to be able to turn it around like that in a year, we didn't think that was going to be what would happen. We thought maybe we win a couple more, and then we sign a class of kids and you win a couple more, and so for us to be able to do that, it's very special. For me, as a college coach, it's the first conference championship I've ever won, first trip to the NCAA tournament. But for the kids, I think it was really, really special because they didn't know what they were going to get with us either, and to be able to culminate it with winning a conference title at home and being able to cut down the nets in front of our families and friends, I know for them, I think for them it was a pretty special moment.
Well, one player that really elevated her game, and rightfully so, she was named tournament MVP, and that's Jazz, as you guys call her,
Yes.
Jasmine Batts.
Oh, I mean, what do you say about Jasmine? She was terrific, and throughout the course of the year, she is one of our leaders, one of our hardest workers, and I think that shows when she plays, and really kept it going in the first round of the tournament. And I think another 20-point game in the first round of the NCAA tournament. So, she lived up to, what was expected of her, and we're glad that we have her back for another year. We're going to be excited to see how she grows over the summer and what she's able to do when we come back next year.
All right, let's talk about some of your seniors. One, it was actually the newcomer of the year, and she was a senior, Eurisha Bryant.
Yes.
She was instrumental in just having that presence down low, that 6'2", playing on the block, having that option. That was nice for your inside-outside game.
Absolutely. I mean, you don't come across players like Eurisha too often, and when they're just kind of sitting here on your campus too, wasn't playing.
Just hanging out.
Yeah, just kind of going to school and everything. That never happens, and so I mean, it's a big part of why we were successful. You see, the players that have been here. We have some really good talent. When you throw in, a post player who can make life easier for everybody else, I think that really kind of is when we started to figure out who we could be, and it opened things up for our guards, and just makes life a lot easier when you have a really good post player. I grew up in the 80s when post players everyone had one, and if you didn't have one, you wanted one, and I know basketball in some ways is moving away from that a little bit, but I'm a little bit more of a traditionalist where I believe, if you can have a couple of really quality bigs inside, you're going to be hard to beat.
Let's talk about your other seniors that will be graduating and moving on.
Okay.
Of course, Ashley Curry and Haley Knowles.
Right.
Couple of them.
Ashley, our point guard, has done a tremendous job all year. One of our hardest workers. I think Ashley, maybe day in and day out, might be our hardest worker. One of our most competitive kids, and always wants to play hard. Terrific defensively, and really had a stretch of games there where low turnovers, 6 or 7 assists a game, and really found a groove in about mid-January from the perimeter with her shot. And when she's hitting from the perimeter, she's really tough to handle because she's so quick at getting into the paint and can get to wherever she wants to get to, whether it's to the basket or to set someone else up for a shot. Really worked hard and bought in from day one, and was just terrific down the stretch for us.
And also Haley Knowles, senior out of New Albany, Mississippi.
Right. Well, Haley, Haley is our, kind of who we would ask to guard, our opponent's best perimeter player, and really for the whole year she did a terrific job. If you look at the numbers and then you see what they did when she was covering them, usually it was less than their average, sometimes significantly so. And I mean, we teach team defense and we guard as a team, but she did a really good job. And then she was someone that I felt like was always a calming influence. So whether she was hitting her shots or not, someone that was going to help us to run our offense, make a pass when it needed to be made, make a great defensive play when it needed to be made. And then I thought making a lot of close games this year, making free throws down the stretch. But another senior, her leadership. And I wouldn't say that we have overly vocal leadership, but just leading by example and continuing to play hard through adversity. All of our seniors did a great job of that.
Well, congratulations on this season. It's been an honor just to watch you play. I know everyone here at Birmingham Southern agrees with that, and just how you developed this team. And hey, you brought home hardware, and that's the goal every single year. Am I correct?
I appreciate it. Yeah, we definitely enjoyed that part of it. I think the goal for us this year really was, just to try to, start to build a foundation for a program that everyone can be proud to be a part of. And the hardware is always a nice bonus. So it was a heck of a year, and we're happy with the direction that we're headed.
That's head coach Mike Ricks. He is your conference coach of the year here in the Southern Athletic Association, and this is the BSC Sports Show. Welcome back to the Jerry Naramore Scorers Table here at Bill Battle Coliseum. Here on the court, Landrum Roberts, along with Birmingham Southern women's basketball coach, assistant basketball coach Maisie Elston. Coach, congratulations this year. Welcome to Birmingham Southern.
Thank you very much.
Now, you had an outstanding college career. You came over with Coach Ricks. You played there in the Houston area, your collegiate ball.
Yes,
Your
sir.
first year as an assistant coach. Talk about the experience.
It's been great. You know, I came straight out of college just playing, so which is pretty unusual, but it was great. Coach Ricks gave me the opportunity, and I mean, it's been crazy coming straight from playing to coaching, and you know, actually being able to get hands-on straight away, and it's just been a lot of fun, a real good experience. I mean, I've already learned so much in just a year, so.
Listening to your accent, it's obvious that you're from South Georgia with that refined Southern drawl. No, I do want to talk about, you came over from England about, what, 5 years ago?
Yes, just for college. So yeah, I came over and did 4 years at college out here, and then just came over to Birmingham last year, so.
So had you ever been to Birmingham, England?
To play basketball, yeah, at club level. I didn't live there though, I'm from the south, not the north. South's better, so.
Okay, absolutely. Great year this year. You were instrumental in helping Coach Ricks. It was the first time he had mentioned he had had a full-time assistant. And just the way that your team responded, and you could tell the way that you interacted with your players and how you got better as the season went on.
Yeah, I think it's you know, sometimes you can think of it as a good thing or a bad thing as me being so close in age with the players, but I think it helped a lot just because I'm just so fresh out of that. So I know really I'm still, you know, in the player mode, so I know what it is, I know how, you know, things go, and I think it helped a lot, especially with having a woman on the staff, because I think that also helps because, you know, females are different to males. And, you know, I think that was a real big help. So, yeah.
So you're going to have a full off season, obviously, to get ready for next season. What can we expect from Birmingham Southern women's basketball in 2016-2017?
I mean, obviously this is the first time we're in the NCAA tournament. I think that's definitely a goal again next year. We're bringing back a real good junior class, and we have a couple of freshmen that came in last year that helped us a lot. And the freshman we have coming in is very good, so I think that she will help us straight away. So yeah, I think that's definitely a goal, you know, because coming in this year we really didn't know what to expect. We watched film, but neither of us are coached Division III level, neither of us are coached against, you know, the players or the teams in the conference. And so now we've got a better understanding of that. I think we're in a good position. That's definitely a key for us next year.
Congratulations this year. Best of luck next season here at Birmingham Southern.
Thank you very much.
All right. That's Birmingham Southern women's basketball assistant, Coach Maisie Elston. And this is the BSC Sports Show. Well, that's going to do it for this month's edition of the BSC Sports Show. Special thanks to Birmingham Southern men's basketball coach Chris Graves, women's head coach Mike Ricks, Conference Player of the Year Alex Avery, Tournament MVP Jasmine Batts, and assistant coach Maisie Elston. From all of us here at Birmingham Southern, we'll see you next month. This edition of the BSC Sports Show has been brought to you by Alabama Power, always on. America's First Federal Credit Union, refreshingly unbank-like. Chick-fil-A in Fultondale, home of the original chicken sandwich. Dreamland Barbecue, ain't nothing like 'em nowhere. The Greater Birmingham Convention and Visitors Bureau. Express Oil Change and Tire Engineers. If we don't take care of our customers, someone else will. Limbaugh Toyota, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. Pepsi, out of the blue. Piggly Wiggly, we'll see you at the Pig. St. Vincent's Health System, care you can believe in. And by Summit Express Urgent Care, at the summit of urgent care.